Nancy.
Hi, Tiffany. How about some tea?
Tea with Tiffany?
Tea with Tiffany.
Tea with Tiffany. Well, thanks for meeting me here.
You're quite welcome.
It's the beautiful, historical Everett House.
Everett House, yes.
Well, for any of you that don't know Nancy Cowan here, you've been in Deerfield since 1979.
Mm-hmm.
She was elected our township clerk, but we don't call it clerk anymore.
Right.
It's a fiscal officer in 95.
Right.
And you did how many terms? Four terms.
Four-year terms.
And
No, 5, because I was there 20 years.
Okay, so 5.
5.
That would be
terms.
5 years. But in 2016, you tried to retire.
Mm-hmm.
And you retired for a little while.
3 months.
And now you're back.
And I'm back.
You've been back ever
Just
since.
can't get rid of me.
Oh, thank goodness. But you're working part-time for us.
Yes.
At the town hall as an assistant fiscal officer.
Yes.
It's an honor to speak with you because you're like a town legend. We love it. And I know that you've witnessed a lot of shaping and changing of the township and what kind of has made it what it is today. So thanks for having tea with Tiffany and talking with me.
You're quite welcome. I'm going to introduce Tiffany Havens, one of our trustees who is up for re-election. Why don't you tell people a little about yourself?
I will do that. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Tiffany Havens. I am a first-time trustee here. I'm on the 4th year of my first term, and something special about me.
You're female.
Yes. First one in Deerfield.
First female trustee in Deerfield Township. Yes.
So a lot of people told me not to run just because of some of our, our history with trustees. Kind of what do you call it?
Good old boys.
Good old boys club, yeah. But I did, and here we are. But yeah, a little bit about myself. I am a lifelong resident of Portage County, grew up in Brimfield, and grew up on a little horse farm, showed horses, was in 4-H, loved 4-H, was really into the government and learning how to run meetings and things, loved 4-H. I was on student council and was the president of my class. I really like getting involved. But anyway, after I graduated high school, a few years later, I went and got a bachelor's degree from Kent State in nursing. So I was an ICU nurse at one of the local hospitals on night shift for 10 years, which is why I'm a night owl now. But went on to get my master's degree. I started off at Malone and moved on to Chamberlain. So now I have a master's degree and I work as a family nurse practitioner. So that was a lot of work.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
But I'm married and I live in one of the old historical houses in Deerfield. So they call it the old John's Farm.
Right.
I think a lot of people knew it as that. When I bought the house, it was in pretty rough shape and I just fell in love with it. So many years, blood, sweat, and tears to get it fixed up. But love to garden and can when I get the time. Lots of salsa. And
I've been the recipient of some of that.
it's not bad.
Very good.
Not bad. But also have a dog, cats, like animals. And I have chickens because if you live in Deerfield, you gotta have something, chickens. Yes. But love my chickens. But yeah, I mean, that stuff keeps me pretty busy.
I'm sure it does. Yes. What have the last 4 years been like?
They've been tough. I mean, you've kind of ridden through it with us. Mm-hmm. Most of the time being a trustee here is very rewarding. I have people stop me at the dollar store, the Fruitlands Farm Market. I mean, that's where we all shop in Deerfield. And tell me how much they appreciate the things that I'm doing, that I'm standing up and making changes. That's been really positive. I have people who I don't know message me, send me cards. It's really special when you get feedback like that from people you don't know. And that kind of keeps me going. But honestly, it's been rough. When you come in and make changes, you get a lot of resistance, a lot of lashback, for lack of a better word. Mm-hmm. I mean, I've had accusations, lies, rumors. Sometimes I have to ask what I did next. What did I do next?
Exactly. At one time, you were accused of yelling at me.
I know better.
Which was not true.
Yeah. But that's really hard. But when you're in the public eye, you have to get a tough skin and take that.
Yeah.
But I really had to think long and hard about whether I was going to rerun or not, because it is a lot. It's a lot of backlash.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, it's hard at times. But at the same time, I felt like I was doing good things, and I didn't want to get bulldozed and bullied out. So I'm standing my ground, and I'm going to stick around as long as the people want me here.
Very good. Is there anything that you'd like to change?
Yes. The culture. I think we have a lot of negativity, a lot of vulgar, inappropriate speech, and that takes time. You can't culture doesn't change overnight, but I definitely would like to see us be more respectful to ourselves, to the residents, whether we disagree or not. I think we've had a little bit of a toxic culture that puts us in the light for bad things. I want Deerfield to be known for positive things. So I think the culture is definitely a big one. And also just to be represented well. I want to represent Deerfield well. There's been times in the past that motivated me to run that I was embarrassed of how we were being represented and how we were being spoken of. And I no matter how upset or angry I get, I try to always be a good example of what I want people to think of Deerfield as.
What are the things that you're most proud of?
In the last 4 years?
In the last 4 years.
We've done a lot of stuff in the last 4 years. I mean, it feels like it's gone so quickly. What are some of the things you're most impressed that we've done or that I've been involved in the last 4 years?
My thing is the website.
Yes.
Being able to get on, and for people, when they get on the website, they can see, if they want to rent the hall, they can look up the date that they want to see if it's already booked.
Saves on some phone calls.
Yes, it does.
But also when I was first elected, we didn't have a working website.
No.
Which, you know, in 2022, that sounded really kind of outdated to me. But yeah, definitely getting the website up and working. That took a lot of work, but it's really necessary because people need to have a place where they can look and see what's going on, when our meetings are. And also with all the laws recently changing, now that's where we post when we have special meetings or we have to post a public announcement. So that, yeah, for sure. I think for sure the website.
What about the grants?
Oh, yes. Grants are huge.
Absolutely.
There's money out there. You just have to go after it. But I am a certified grant writer. And I know that when we spend money on things, the taxpayers are already spending so much money. Taxes have gone up. Everybody's strapped. But we still want to keep the things that we have nice. We still want to make improvements. When I first was elected, I helped the fire department work on a FEMA grant. And we actually received $500,000, $500,000. That was huge.
Absolutely.
And, you know, we've been utilizing that for training, retention, all of these wonderful things. Also some other fire department grants and fundraising. But most recently, I decided to try for a grant with the Portage Parks. It's a brand new grant. And you could get up to $25,000. And Deerfield was awarded just under $25,000. We had to stay just under. So that was super exciting. And that will all come without taxpayer money being spent. So grants are huge. I love that we can do the grants. And, you know, by taking training and learning how to do that, I mean, I didn't hire a grant writer to help me with that. I did that independently. So that's really important to me, is that we keep going for other resources for funds. Yes, because we can't overtax people. But I think that when I was first elected, one of the biggest topics that people were upset about was baseball. Do you remember all the baseball stuff?
I sure do.
Because baseball, the kids weren't playing baseball for 5 years. And why? Why weren't we playing baseball?
Because of the lawsuit. There was a lawsuit.
Right. And that affected the kids. You know, adults not getting along affected the children. But whose ever fault that was, I just don't want that to happen again. So when I was first elected, I spent a lot of time working with our prosecuting attorney on the contracts. I wanted to get it right. Everyone to be on the same page, working with Southeast Youth Baseball. And since 2022, we've had baseball back in Deerfield.
Yes, we have.
And it's going really well.
Yes.
It's really great to drive by and see the kids out there practicing and playing ball. And then also we've had soccer. So to get that grant to get our parks improved and get more people out there, that's great. Getting baseball back.
Huge.
And then another thing that I really felt passionate about is preserving some of our infrastructure, because our buildings need maintenance. It needs updated. But when the old town hall was leaking, I mean, we literally had buckets in the old town hall catching rainwater. The roof was leaking, the ceiling was coming in, it was a mess, and I hate to see that. Using grant money, we were able to put a new roof on that. It's beautiful. And also new ceiling, new interior. It was all painted, and that was all done with grant work. Just this past summer, we got the building painted. That was donated. The township paid for the paint, and all the labor was donated.
Yeah.
So I think it looks great when you drive around the circle just to see it restored. But Deerfield is such a historical town that we want to keep that. We want to make things nice, but still preserve our history.
Right.
But not only that, we were also able with grant money to, put on roofs on all of our buildings, because you want to look down into the future. When are you going to have funds available to do these things? And when you have that available grant money, you want to think of making things last, and the roofs, needed replaced. And it's really important, I think, to utilize that grant money to do those things. So definitely some of the things I'm proud of is the grant writing, the website, being able to help with IT, because IT it's hard, and you need somebody who can get in there and try to do things.
Yes.
But preserving the buildings, the historical society, baseball. I mean, there's so many things that I think were really great that we've accomplished.
That's true. What are some of the things that you like to improve?
There's always room for improvement.
Absolutely.
If you're not trying to improve, you're not doing your job. I mean, most certainly. But I think our most important resource in Deerfield, bar none, is emergency services. No exception. We have to take care of each other. I would like to see our fire department have more staff. But not only more staff, more certified, trained, highly trained staff. I would like to see them have more outreach with the community. It's important. But I feel like that's the most important thing to focus on with improving right now, is getting our fire department in tip-top shape and making sure that when our residents need help, it's there.
It's there.
It's there.
Yes.
Well, with the fire department, a lot of people have people been asking you about
the renewal?
Well, that in the district.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
What do you know about the fire district?
Not much, because we don't have a lot of information yet. I've been asked a lot about the fire district, and I'm certainly free to talk about it. But right now, we don't have a lot of information. Fire districts have been tried in our area in the past, and they failed. We've had some people who are really passionate about bringing it back. Our departments in this area really sometimes, rely on each other to help, of course.
Right.
So at times we're working as a district now. It's just not organized. But the bottom line is, when they have a business plan, when those facts are known, when we have more information, I would vote whichever way best serves Deerfield, regardless. No ego, no nothing, just facts. If a district gets us help more quickly, more safely, gets us what we need to make sure all the residents are safe, I would go with the district. And if they don't, it's simple as that. We don't. We try to staff our station as best as possible. So I've had a lot of people ask me about that, but right now we just don't have enough information. But right. I'm following along. I'm going to the meetings, and I'm trying to gather enough information so we can make an educated decision. I'm sure you've heard a lot about that. It's been talked about a lot.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Yes. What are the things that you would not want to change?
during campaign season, 4 years ago and today still, the number one question I get asked about is zoning. We have a big history of controversy about zoning in Deerfield.
Yes, ma'am.
I know you've been through all of that, all of those changes. But the moral of the story is it doesn't matter what I want. It matters what the residents want. And the residents have shot it down twice. I don't believe that the people who still are living here through all of this, they want it back. So I have no motivation to change that, to get zoning back, because it's just not what the people want. But that's the one I get asked about it is the most, for sure.
Yes.
Yes. November 4th. You're a poll worker.
I am a poll worker. November 4th.
And it's not a presidential election.
No.
So sometimes we don't get as many voters.
Right. That's exactly
But
right.
our local elections matter.
Oh, absolutely.
So I hope everyone will come and see Nancy on the 4th or
Yes.
vote early. But everyone out there, I appreciate you watching. I would love to have your continued support on November 4th. I want to continue on some of these things that we're doing. And if you have any questions, concerns, call me. My number's on the webpage, on the front door of the town hall. Feel free to reach out to me on social media, Messenger, but would really appreciate everyone's support. I'm here to listen, and hopefully we can keep this rolling and keep doing good things.
Yes.
Yes. Thanks, Nancy, and
You're welcome.
thanks for having tea with Tiffany.
Absolutely.